All right, Liz, you know the deal. We have...
I'd just like to say in my defense, I have not lived here that long.
It's
I'm
fine.
not going to tell you how long.
No, you're fine.
Because I should know much more.
No, you shouldn't. You're going to do great.
I'm just
you got
putting
this.
that out there.
Let me do the pitch. 2 visitor centers. People call us. They text us. They walk in. They slide into our DMs. Some people even send us letters. They send us letters. Yeah, and they ask us questions. Liz, I am going to deputize you as a visitor center staff because you're going to help me in a segment we call We Get Questions. You got this.
Okay.
You ready?
I'm ready.
Hi, we just moved to the area from Oakland and are looking for places to bike and hike. Do you have any ideas?
Shout out to Oakland. I moved here from Oakland.
510.
510.
Where my kids were
I'm
born.
still at 510.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not a bicyclist, so I don't have a lot of input on that. But as far as hiking,
Or walking.
Sonoma Mountain.
Sonoma Mountain,
Yep.
good place.
Yep.
Go up to Sonoma
Yep.
Mountain. There's a new regional park up there, Sonoma Mountain.
There are no
Beautiful there.
chanterelles there, so don't even go looking for them.
Stay on the trail.
But there are great hiking trails up there. And
Right.
it's also, I love the little regional park
Yep.
in Glen Ellen because it's a perfect 3-mile round trip.
Absolutely. And we've named it to make it very easy, Sonoma Valley Regional Park.
Exactly. Yeah,
Right.
those are my 2 favorites.
And actually, I really like that one in Glen Ellen because you can go into town if
Exactly.
you want. And also, if you use a mobility device like a wheelchair or a cane, there's actually a paved. So it's really nice and you know, not everyone's jumping into their boots and finding ill-gotten mushrooms. So, but if you are in a wheelchair, you can go to Sonoma Valley Regional Park and go on the pathway there. And another pathway, the bike path, which goes not too far from Starling. It goes from the Springs, from Highway 12, over to Sebastiani Winery. Runs the north part of the plaza. So if you're taking that and walking that, and you're like, you know what I need right now is a Negroni, you can come off of that.
Exactly. We do get bicyclists.
Yeah, just coming
We
up
got
there.
a little bike rack out there. Nothing
You
makes
do.
me happier when I'm pulling up for my evening shift and there's a couple bikes.
Yeah, no, I love that.
Yeah.
I actually, I'm a huge proponent of riding bikes to places in town and stuff like that. And I'm not talking to Lycra people. I'm just talking about going out.
Yeah.
And yeah, I love when I see a bar that has bike racks. I'm like, oh, I can ride my bike there and just chill. That's really good. So good. See, you did a good job.
Okay.
Here's one I got. And it was like this. Quick. What is your favorite episode of the podcast? I want to tell a friend about it. That's from my sister. My sister Margot is like my biggest proponent of the podcast. My other sister Lisa does as well. But Margot will tell people about it, and then I have to answer questions right away.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah. But I don't expect you to know all the favorite episodes because
No, but Christina's was pretty good.
it was pretty good. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Christina did a good job with Spread. She's very funny.
Yep.
She had a lot of good stories.
Yep. Chef Talk is always great.
Chef Talk is good.
Chef Talk from the trenches is
Yeah,
always
she
entertaining.
doesn't mince words. I think the best thing she said is what did she have? She had a 2-ass kitchen with 3 asses in it or something like that. Like it was, it was like 2, and it's small and whatever. I was going to say my favorite podcast is the one I'm currently on. So this is it. My favorite podcast.
Okay.
I mean, it's the only one I've gotten a white Negroni on, so I kind of like that.
I just want to hear next week if I'm still the favorite.
No, you'll always be the favorite. Do you guys have, do you have siblings? Do you,
I do. I have an older brother.
and did you ever ask your mom or dad who was their favorite?
No, but I figured it out as an adult. It's not me.
No. And your parents, so I come from, there's 4 kids in my family. And, you know, like, I love you all equally is what a parent would say. But,
Yes.
oh, really? You figured it out, huh?
Yeah, I figured it out.
Okay.
Yeah, I got their number.
Okay. Well, Margot, I'm the favorite. Okay, here we go. So someone came in and they asked us, where can we buy a postcard? Yeah.
That's a good one.
That's a really good one,
That's a
right?
good one.
It kind of stumped us because we used to sell postcards, but they were all really old.
Right.
So I started just letting people take them. Like they were so old, the cars were like ancient.
That's kind of hilarious.
Yeah, they were so old that I could have sold them at a higher price.
Charming. Exactly.
They
Exactly.
were
Retro.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think where
Yeah.
I've seen postcards.
I think the Starling needs some postcards. That'd be cool.
I know, you're right.
Yeah, with like a bird.
You're right.
Grape in
Okay,
its
I'm
mouth.
going to put out a call.
Okay, you can do it.
I'm going to put out a call for postcards. We will sell them at the Starling.
You absolutely, people would. I mean,
It would,
here's
absolutely.
real life marketing.
Yeah.
What you could also do is when people are there from out of town, say if you're visiting from out of town, you get a lot of locals, but just say, hey, here's our postcard, fill it out.
We'll stamp it,
We'll
we'll
stamp
mail
it and
it.
mail it for you. You know the
Yep.
trick. So people can buy a postcard. They used to be able to buy it from the visitor center until we gave them all away.
Right.
You can buy them sometimes at the Barracks gift shop, which is next to us at the Toscana Hotel. There's a whole gift shop there.
Right.
Sometimes Heidi, I think, carries them at Tiddlywinks, which is a shop just off the plaza. Maybe, I was going to say CVS, but that's gone. Yeah, postcards.
Oh, you know
Readers'
what?
books?
They have. Well, I'm trying to think postcard though.
Yeah,
Postcard's
actual
a specific
postcards.
thing.
Yeah.
It's not a get well card. It's a postcard. It's. I was going to
You
say
send a get
Sonoma
well card?
Market because
Well,
I know
Sonoma
they have a
Market,
bunch
yeah.
of cards. but I'm
And
not
they
sure if
probably do. No, I bet you they do. After you go to the coffee bar and you go to that
Right,
back area,
exactly.
I bet you they might have some
I bet
postcards.
you they
there.
do.
Okay, good. By the way, I was just there before this podcast, and I was going to buy for you a bunch of canned cocktails just to see how you react, and I thought you would throw them in my head.
Oh, you know, would that be funny? We should do it. We should do a canned cocktail
Well,
taste.
I don't. Yeah, I was thinking about doing that, and maybe
Yeah.
I'll bring you back because they're kept in the refrigeration section, and then I'm like, do they really need to be refrigerated, or is that just because they're ready to drink? Because I think they're all full of chemicals.
They've got to be fully pasteurized.
They've gotta be,
if
right?
they have.
Yeah.
If they have citrus in it, the citrus is pasteurized. But this is the thing about citrus. Citrus is only good fresh. It is
Yes.
not. If you're going to make drinks at home, you're going to go to trouble of making your drink with citrus. Squeeze it fresh.
Okay.
Because the oils,
Right.
all the volatile compounds dissipate very, very quickly. You know the
Okay.
difference between, even if you're buying good store-bought orange juice that's been squeezed by the store,
Right.
it's totally different from the orange juice that you're going to squeeze by hand at home.
Absolutely.
And the same thing is true with lemon and lime juice.
Okay. That's a
So
good tip.
that's the reason that canned cocktails are never going to be great, at least if they have citrus in them.
Right.
And honestly, if they don't have citrus in them, why don't you make your own?
Well, that was my point. Half of them were like 2-ingredient cocktails.
Yeah, a gin and tonic.
Yeah, they're like, it's a meal. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, how hard is that
Yes.
to make? So thank you. We should do that. But I didn't do that also because I thought, well, if I'm buying a bunch of cocktails right here, walking around, I would look like you walking down the street
Right.
there. That's what it is. Okay, here's another. So postcard, Sonoma Market. Good answer. We like that.
Okay.
Next question. When you stomp grapes, what does it feel like on your toes?
Well, I have never stomped grapes.
Okay.
We make a grape compote. We have grapevine out and back.
You do.
We have one grapevine.
You do.
And you would think that would be very easy to process the grapes from one grapevine.
Right.
I'm telling you, what it is by hand squeezing the seeds out of the grapes, because if you leave the seeds in, it's going to be too tannic.
Yeah.
The compote is going to be too tannic. So I will tell you what squeezing grapes in your hands
that feel?
are like, and I'm sure everyone is going to be relieved to know that I do not use my feet for this process.
Right. You squeeze it to make a compote.
Yes.
And then you put that in your cocktails?
Yeah, we make
wow.
grape compote. Yeah,
I like
it's
that.
beautiful. It's really dark
It
purple.
is. So you have wine grapes out there?
They're
Or seeded grape? It's not a table grape.
I don't know. Yeah, they're pretty small, so they probably were a wine grape.
There are a lot of errant grapevines in the valley that just escape. So I have driven. I didn't know you use that one because I drive by and I see it, and I'm like, that is the weirdest, most random grapevine just sitting there.
Yep.
Well, yeah, I will tell you that if you stomp grapes with your feet, it feels weird. It feels squishy, and in probably like your hands, you get grape juice everywhere. And grape juice is very sticky.
Yeah.
It's very, very sticky. When I did the grape stomp a couple weeks ago, I had it like down my shirt somehow and
Wow.
up, and I was like walking around just like, this is gross. So it is a weird feel, and if you're sensitive to weird, odd things between your toes, do not do a grape stomp. Right. But you're right. We actually don't do that method anymore.
Yes.
We have bladder presses and basket
more
presses.
efficient.
Much more efficient.
Yep.
And I do like that about a grape compote, though. Huh.
We have a drink. We do some cannabis cocktails where we have a little CBD
Okay.
oil.
Oil.
We make a
Like a tincture.
like a tincture.
Really?
Yeah, CBD. We're not allowed to mix THC, and obviously we're not a THC dealer. So.
Right. Which is a whole nother ball of wax. Because I know if there's one thing, it's very simple. Selling alcohol requires very few regulations and licenses and stuff like that.
Yes.
But once you add cannabis, it just gets easier.
Yeah. So we make this little grape compote that's really dark purple.
Okay.
And we have our vodka that's been washed with the CBD tincture. And the drink's called the Purple Haze.
Well done. Yeah. Okay. And it tastes like grapes.
Yep.
And
tastes
okay.
like grapes. Yep.
That is
And
pretty
just
cool.
a little hint of, you catch that little weedy
But not a funky
hint
like.
on it.
like-
No.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
That's enough to know it's there.
Is that a seasonal only when the grape compote is done?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, and we also, but we're pretty good about harvesting when the
Right.
harvest comes in,
Right.
and freezing stuff in our little chest freezer so that we can keep stuff going.
Put it in there. What I do love is this whole interview you've been talking about. Like you said, well, we're not going to open a restaurant, but it sounds like you guys use natural, fresh ingredients throughout, which is sort of like the wine country cuisine style, right?
Right.
You're not a restaurant, but you're definitely talking like a restaurant when it comes to produce.
Right.
If I took out that little lime juice colored thing and said, let's have some lime juice, and I squeezed it, your head would explode.
Absolutely. Yes.
So it seems like, even though you're not a restaurant, you think food and cocktails together as like a fresh produce product.
Yes. Absolutely. Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
Liz, you're smart. I like this.